Okay. I went up a back way to go to a store, and it did not say that it was closed, but it's closed. So I must turn around, my friends. I apologize, but I didn't realize that before I had to start backing up. Anyway, I am here today to discuss a little bit more about The Untethered Soul, which is this, Michael Singer, one of Michael Singer's books that I'm obsessed with, and I listen to not on repeat, but certainly a lot. And it does make me feel better, or help me figure things out. And one of the concepts that I was talking about the other day was the idea of voices in your head and how they're not you. But one of the things that it's like the first step in becoming more spiritually aware and free, really, it is realizing that those voices that are there aren't you. But it's important to listen to what they say, not in the sense of listen and obey or get caught up in them, but, pay attention to what they're actually doing, because you need to understand them a little bit, right? If you listen to them, you'll notice that they mainly talk about you, or at least for me. Let's just go with me, right? Because I don't want to speak for anybody else. Do I really want to be here right now? Not really. I'll go back to the gym and then I'll come here later. Because really, too many people. I don't like people. Well, I like people, but I don't like going to stores full of people. And that gives us a little time to chat. So, this sun is strong, yo. It is burning my skin, it feels like. Anyway, let's turn that down a little. So, the voices in my head talk about me, talk about my future, talk about plans, things that I'm planning on doing in the next few minutes, things that I'm planning on doing in the next few years or for the rest of my life. And it's interesting to see that that's basically what I'm talking about. Me and how things affect me, or me and my plans and how those will affect me and stuff like that. Also, sorry, I'm trying not to hit people, but I still want to go faster than how fast I'm going right now. So, and this is why I don't like parking in parking lots and stores. So, see, and these are I am now vocalizing the voices in my head, right? So I am talking out loud, and narrating my thoughts, and it's all about how whatever's going on outside the world is affecting me. And I've been making an effort over the past few days to sort of pay more attention to what I'm talking about in my head. And like I said, a lot of it has to do it's a lot of internal stuff. It's not a lot about what's in the outside world. It's about maybe things that are happening between me and other people, or plans that I'm making, or things I need to accomplish. It's not as much about the outside world. But when it is about the outside world, we continue to narrate. So, I don't just see a tree. I see a tree and I'm like, oh, it's such a pretty tree. I love that the leaves are green now. It's so not upsetting. It's so, in this area, in New England, half the year the trees don't have anything on them, and it's so depressing. So I love it when it's green and lush, and you can feel the life, and like all the stuff's going on in my head about how beautiful the green trees are. And then I get scared about the weather a lot. I get scared about the weather a lot because of climate change. But you know, or I'll talk about the cars in front of me in my head, or the people walking slowly in the parking lot and how annoying it is. But really, is it annoying? Do I really have to be bothered by it? I don't think I really do. But the point is, we're never just experiencing what it is on the outside, for the most part. We are listening to our narration of it. We're listening to the world according to us, the world according to me, not experiencing it directly, not just looking at the trees and just looking at them for what they are, you know what I mean? And see, like, there's a whole bunch of junk by the side of the road, and I'm like, what's going on there? Is it a sale? Oh, maybe it's a memorial because there's a lot of flowers there. Oh, what's happening with that car right there? Like, the world according to me. And what this does is it gives us a buffer. It is a way of, like, okay, that stuff that I'm talking about isn't stuff I can control. And whether or not it's something that I want to control or whatever, it doesn't really matter. It is a way of controlling life, right? I'm controlling my experience of life. And that's something I think that needs to be thought about and recognized and considered. It's the beginning of freedom, because we want to be experiencing life directly, right? Because what are we? We are not those thoughts. We are not the emotions. We are the consciousness. We are the ones that are aware. One of my favorite lines from Michael Singer is, "We do not have a soul. We are our soul." So our soul being that which is conscious, right? That us, the actual thing that is us, and that is the light, the being of consciousness that we are, the universe made conscious, and that conscious, and that is an astoundingly beautiful thing. And in that's where we should really want to exist, right? We want to be as purely ourselves as possible, and to be purely ourselves is to, as much as possible, not pay attention to the voice. Not push it away, because that's not going to work. Not shut it up, because that is not going to work. Just refocus our redirect our focus. So that's just something, a little bit of food for thought that I wanted to give you as you go through life and illustrate the world. Sorry, I just kind of got really distracted by another thought I just had, which was about how my teeth are moving, and I really want to get Invisalign. But that's neither here nor there. We are narrating the world. We are creating a buffer between us and experience. And I believe it's because, it is because we want to control things, right? Because of fear, maybe. But if we want to live life as the pure beings of consciousness that we are, if we want to experience life as it is, we need to redirect our focus from those voices who are not us, no matter what they're saying, whether it's good or bad stuff. You might like some of what you're saying, you might not like some of what you're saying. It doesn't really make a difference. It's still not you. You are the one noticing the voices. So I would encourage anybody to start paying attention to that. Yeah. That's sort of my little spiritual thing for the day. I might come back a little bit later and talk more about depression and getting out of it, because I think that's an important thing to discuss. Anyway, I hope that you all are having a wonderful day, and that you, like I, go out of my way to find things to be grateful for, to remember that there is always something to be grateful for. I'm a little bit mad at myself for having just done something that I shouldn't have done. But you know what? Rather than punish myself about it, I'm gonna go ahead and just be grateful that I'm going to the gym and working it off. And that I have a body that works so that I can go to the gym. You know what I mean? Like I'm healthy enough that I can go and I can feel my muscles moving, I can feel my heart beating. And then afterwards, man, I did some exercises the other day, and there are some muscles that I had not worked for a while, and they are sore. But I'm grateful that they're sore, because that means that I worked them and that they're going to get stronger. So I am just going to sign off, as I always do, by encouraging you to remember that you can always choose to have a grateful day.